Hello there, it's Ian speaking. It's about quite some time since I've done an update on the Prepping for Winter video series, so I thought I would do one now. It's silly o'clock in the morning, it's early hours of Sunday morning, but you know when you get them nights when no matter how much you try, you just can't get to sleep. And some of that's been sort of nagging me for some time, but it was brought home today when I was talking to a friend. It's about prepping. My family, they're smashing about it, but they just think I'm eccentric. You know, what you worry about is you don't need to prep. There's plenty of food in the shop. Yes, there is at the moment, but the prices are going up all the time. And I say to them, I urge them, just buy a little extra tin or a packet of something every week, because you may need it. There may come a time when the shop isn't open and you can't buy food for whatever reason, whether it's, we get some sort of virus, whether it's the weather, you're ill. I mean, I'm getting on in years now, and in the past few months I've had a couple of spells where I've been unable to go out the house, I've been too ill, but I knew I had a stock of food in because of prepping for the winter. Now, apart from a week or so in December and a couple of weeks early January where the temperatures did plummet below zero, the winter has been really quite benign for us. Where I am in Hull, in East Yorkshire, I haven't seen a single flake of snow this winter. Yes, frost. I've gotten up plenty of mornings to the ground being covered in white frost, but not a single flake of snow. I'm sure winter hasn't given up yet. It never does give up this early. There'll be a sting in the tail, whether it comes in March or even April. There'll be something to come, because it never gives up lightly. But about the prepping, why do you need to do it? What's it all about? I think people think that those of us who prep are some kind of extremists. We're gathering all this stuff because we intend to take over the world and crazy things like that. Well, no, we're just ordinary chaps and chapesses. We're just thinking not about this week, but about next week, next month. Now, I think I've got enough stock in to keep me, I live on my own, enough stock to keep me going comfortably for 3 months. If I really rationed it out, I could probably spin that out to 5 months, 4-5 months. If I couldn't go out the door, if I couldn't go to a shop, I would have enough food in the house to go probably 5 months. I'd be pushing it, but I could. I'm not planning for the end of the world. The zombies aren't going to, the dead aren't going to rise themselves up out the ground. Those little green men aren't going to start appearing. I'm not planning for Armageddon. All I'm planning for is the winter and the few months ahead. And so somebody said to me, well, if you're going to, where do you start? So I said, well, all you have to do is when you go and get your weekly shop, there's some of you shop weekly, you're already prepping in some respects, because when you do your weekly shop, you've got pretty much a good idea of what your meals are going to be for the coming week and what foodstuffs you need to buy. So you're already prepping, but you're just prepping for the coming week. What you need to do is, do that, prepare for the coming week, but then just buy one item. Just one. I know food's expensive, just buy one item. And put that away. You know you're not going to use it, and put that in your prepper box or your future box or your emergency box, whatever you want to call it. If you don't want to call it a prepper box, fine, just call it your emergency box. Just buy something extra. And the first thing, I said, well, what would you buy? So I thought, well, If they don't know, I know if people are watching this, I'm probably I'm preaching to the converted. But for anybody who's watching this video who doesn't know what this is all about, where would you start? Well, I'm going to start with a simple thing like that. A packet of spaghetti, 20 odd pence in the UK. And you think, oh yeah, really, that's really inspiring. A bag of spaghetti, you can do a lot with that, yeah. Well, believe me, if you were hungry and hadn't eaten for 2 or 3 days and you came across this, it'd be like gold. Oh yes, it's boring, it's bland, but it's food. You'll be more than happy to put that in your belly, I can assure you. So you start off with something like that. I spent a 20 odd pence on my weekly shop and I've got one packet of spaghetti. Second shop, well, let's buy something else. And so to add to that, something to complement it, we buy some bolognese sauce. Now all of a sudden the spaghetti is looking a bit more appetising. Oh, we've got a bit of colour, a bit of flavour. Yeah. I think I can live with that. Yeah. That's just one more item on your second week. On your third week, you buy a tin of minced beef and onion. Now you have got the bakings of a basic spaghetti bolognese. As simple as that. In 3 weeks, just by buying one item, you have now got a meal, and there's enough here for 2 people, for 2 meals. A meal each. You and your partner, whoever. At a pinch, you could probably stretch to 3, but comfortably, there's 2 meals there. So for your extra item, after week 3, you've already got a meal for 2 people for an extra day. So where do you go from there? Well, let's move them out of the way a little bit. I like my curries. I like spicy foods, hot spicy foods, chilies and things. So I would buy something like this, a beef madras. It's what I want. If it's not hot enough, I can spice it up with cumin or paprika, curry powder, anything. Any spices and herbs that you've got, you can spice it up, no problem. And to go with that, a packet of, in my case, I've gone for pilau rice, which is my favourite, especially with the curry. So now, and again, that meal, there's enough there for 2 meals. So you and your partner, or if you're on your own, 2 meals. Now, you've been shopping now for 5 weeks, you've got 2 extra meals beyond that you need. You go 2 extra days with having a meal. Let's move them aside. Well, I don't like curry, you say. Well, okay. Let's get some good old British food, some stewed steak. So that's what's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is week 6. Your 6th week of family shop. You pick up an extra tin of stewed steak. You know you're not going to use it this week, but it's for your pantry. And to go with that, the following week, you pick up some new potatoes. Now straight away there, with just those 2 tins, you have got yourself a meal. A good meal. And there's plenty again, enough for 2 people. But you can add to that, you can put veg to it. For instance, I would add, because I like them, carrots, baby carrots. You could add anything, pea, sweet corn, whatever veg is your choice. Add that to it. So now after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks of your weekly shop, you have now got 3 extra days worth of food. Yes, it's only one meal a day, and I would class these as an evening meal. But there's plenty of places in the world, excuse me, they only get one meal a day, and they would be bloody happy to have this, I can tell you. So we can survive on this. You've only had to buy one extra thing on your weekly shop, and you've already got now 3 extra days of food. An evening meal for 2 people for 3 extra days. Yes, it's cost you a little bit, but it's not going to be much added to your weekly shopping bill. And that's what prepping's all about. It's not buying everything in the shop. It's not, I mean, I know there are people who've got years and years worth of supplies. No, I'm looking at 2-3 months in advance, just in case something I'm not talking about necessarily world events, maybe illness, anything that prevents you being able to go to the shop. You have got enough in to keep you going, and that's what prepping's all about. We're not weirdos, we're not strange people who some sort of cult. We're just looking towards the future. And when you look at the people who prep, whether it's in the UK, US, wherever, I've noticed in the majority of cases, it's women, it's the females. And why is that? And I thought about that for a while, and I think there's 2 reasons. One is the maternal instinct. It's the mother instinct. They are determined to put food on the table for their brood. And the other logical answer is what my wife used to tell me all the time. Women are damn smarter than men. All you men think about is beer and football. And she's probably right there. Women think like that, the more they're thinking that along those lines all the time, where we're daft lads. So that's probably true. But prepping is not something that's to be feared. We're not some kind of cult. All we're doing is trying to gather things in just to keep ourselves alive and comfortable and in food for the event of an emergency, be it a medical emergency, whether we get another COVID type thing, or whether it's bad weather and you simply can't get out. That's all it is. There's nothing strange about it. We're all quite normal. So anyway, I hope this has been of some benefit to you, and you see what's going on, and that we're just ordinary people. We're just trying to think about the future and trying to plan for it. That's all it is. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I do intend to do another update soon. I'm going to do Root of Avalon, Tilly. She's doing a £5 Friday, and I was thinking of doing something similar. Mine won't be a £5 Friday because I don't always do me shop on a Friday, and to be honest, I don't normally do a prepper shop at all. When I just do my normal shopping, I do exactly what I've just said here. I pick up an extra tin or an extra packet to put in my pantry. But I'm going to do a prepper pantry proper shop, but it won't be just for Friday, it'll be any day of the week. And I'm not going to limit myself to £5. It'll be somewhere between £5 and £10. I won't go over £10, but it'll be somewhere between £5 and £10, and it'll be different days of the week. I'm not sticking to one particular day. But I'm going to take that. I'm going to do as Tilly says, and she said she's fine with people spending whatever they think they need, and so I'm going to do that. And I'll buy stuff like these items that complement each other, that you can use. By buying a few things, you can complement one another to make a variety of meals, or at least that's my plan. I'm no master chef, but I've got my ideas. So anyway, I've been waffling long enough, so I'll stop now. But hopefully, those of you who are not prepping, Mabel ain't that, you know, we are two-headed monsters. We're not trying to take over the world. We're just planning, just preparing in case something, whatever reason, prevents us from being able to shop. Okay, right. See you on the next one. Bye for now.